Hi, I'm the Crypto Doc. Welcome to my channel. I make crypto videos. I also do high yield, short crypto project review videos that I personally am invested in or think that the project has potential to hopefully educate you as an investor. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, so do your own research, of course. Today, we're going to be talking about Ark Fi. Ark Fi is a return on investment decentralized finance application that I think is very promising. Obviously, there's a lot in the Ark Fi ecosystem. They have NFTs, they have a foundation, but their core product really is the vault. And just looking at their website, what I really like about this system is that they've been very thoughtful about their design. It is made to be user-friendly, and that is very important, especially for it in terms of mass adoption and more people using it. It's really hard to use products that are very complicated and convoluted. So I like that it is simple, intuitive, and easy to use. So how do you get started? So you're gonna hit the Launched app, and then that should take you to this kind of interface here. Then you're gonna click Swap. You're gonna connect your smart wallet, whether that's MetaMask, Trust Wallet, whatever it is that you use, and then you're gonna trade your BUSD, so make sure you have some BUSD for Ark. And once you have Ark, you're gonna go to Vault, and you're gonna kind of click all of that, approve, and all that stuff, you know the drill. Then you're going to deposit your Ark down here, so you're gonna put how much you want to deposit into the Ark. And then once you deposit it into the Ark, the smart contract, that is the Vault, will pay you 2% of your deposited Ark every 24 hours. And after that, you can decide what you want to do. You can compound that 2%, meaning continue to grow your principal, so get paid 2% of this principal that's growing, that's compound interest. Or you can withdraw. You can just withdraw that 2% and then swap that back to BUSD. It's very important to understand, though, that this is not staking. When you deposit your Ark into the vault, that Ark is gone, meaning you can't withdraw what it is that you deposit into the vault. The smart contract essentially makes an agreement with you that you put up 100 Ark up front with the understanding that it's going to pay you back every 24 hours with 2% of whatever your principal balance is. If the DApp keeps going for at least 40-50 days, you're going to make your money back. Some other things to think about. So the daily reward percentage is 2% maximum. So if you see here, current daily reward percentage level, 2%, 1%, or 0.5%. And basically, the way that you stay at 2% is if you do actions or do things that are going to benefit the ecosystem. So the two major factors are the net deposit value and the compound withdrawal ratio. Let's start with compound withdrawal ratio because that's a little more intuitive to understand. So compound withdrawal ratio is the ratio in which you are compounding versus which you are withdrawing. So if I'm compounding every 24 hours and then the next 24 hours I'm withdrawing, that's 1-to-1, right? If I'm compounding 4 days and then only withdrawing 3 days, that's 4-to-3. And obviously that calculates the ratio. So every time you are in this green, anytime you're in a ratio that's above 0.75, then you are going to be in that higher daily reward percentage interest group. The next factor that factors into your 2% is something called the net deposit value. So really what this means is how much you put into the vault and how much you've withdrawn out of the vault. So not including your compounds, because whatever your compound is you putting it back into the system. But anything you're taking out of the system. So if I put in 100 Ark and then maybe I compounded to 50 and then I eventually take out 100 Ark, that would bring me to 0. And after you're at 0, your daily reward percentage drops. And all of this is just a really cool gamification system of the DApp that allows people to decide how it is that they want to pay. So, I'm going to keep compounding or continue to put more Ark into the system so I can stay at a high percent. Or perhaps, you're willing to take a little bit of a cut on your daily percent so that you can start withdrawing more. These are all things that everyone within their own risk benefit profile needs to decide how to play the game. And that's the fun thing about Vault. And that really leads to a lot of opportunities for this to be a very high return investment. Let's just scroll down here and look at some of these other factors. Now, there's not enough time in this video to talk about all of these things, but some of these are pretty intuitive. But the one that I want to talk about is max payout. Max payout is basically this system that says, hey, after a certain amount of interest that you've gained on your principal, we're going to stop paying you Ark Fi tokens. And it says right here, 3 times your principal and up to 80,000 Ark Fi tokens, whatever it is you reach first. If you reach 80,000, congrats to you. But generally, it's going to be 3 times whatever your principal balance is. And obviously, you can increase that principal balance by depositing more into the vault, or compounding. And basically, this is just to protect. It's a safeguard that protects negative actors in the ecosystem. So it stops people who are just constantly withdrawing and not putting more Ark into the vault or into the ecosystem from just draining the system. And this is very important because it allows for longevity and protects the longevity of the system. Now, we quickly glanced over this when we were talking about depositing Ark into the vault. But whenever you deposit or before you start in the system, you're going to need a referral address. So this could be your friend, someone that introduced you to the system. It's just a way to kind of pay them a little commission. And if you don't put anyone here, you automatically, a wallet gets automatically chosen for you, essentially. So if you're interested in joining the system, I would definitely put the referral of someone that introduced you. Or if you don't have a referral, use mine. I'm gonna put it in the description. I would highly appreciate that. As we wrap up the video here, let's talk about fundamentally what is an ROI DApp. So an ROI DApp, all of these actions we're talking about, compounding, swapping, selling, buying your Ark Fi token, all these things, all these transactions are taxed. Now you may think that's a bad thing. Well, how come everything's taxed? Well, this is actually really important for the longevity of the DApp. It's going to take those taxed transactions and it's going to put that back into the ecosystem so that it can pay the users of the ecosystem. All right, let's summarize this video about Ark Fi. Here are some of the pros that I see about the project. One is they have a very promising ecosystem. They have legacy NFTs that provide value to their holders. They have a bond foundation system, which also allows people to invest and generate dividends. All that to say is we've had a lot of things that we haven't even touched upon that I think make this ecosystem very bullish. Second is community engagement. Head over to their socials, their Telegram. There's always someone on voice chat. They're having daily podcasts. They're engaging community, doing giveaways. I think that's a great sign when a team is dedicated to their community. Third is the thoughtfulness and the ease of use of the ROI DApp. I think it's really important in encouraging mass adoption and getting more users. I would say that the team are very professional. I've had a chance to talk to them behind the scenes, and they're very thoughtful in the way they're proceeding with things, which is a great sign. Fourth is gamification. I love how they have instilled things like the compound withdrawal ratio, the net deposit value, which allows people to perhaps withdraw more but take a hit in terms of the interest they generate every day. Really allows for you to come up with an individualized strategy about how it is you're going to play and how it is that you are going to get paid. Number 5, we did not touch upon, but we talked about how in ROI dApps, every transaction which is deposit or sell or airdrop is taxed, and that tax goes back into sustaining the ecosystem, which is important for longevity. However, part of that tax and transaction is being used by Ark Fi to generate external revenue. They haven't really alluded to what that is yet, but it's exciting to see that they have mechanisms to bring in more money than just investors themselves. All right, that is my video about Ark Fi. I would definitely check out the project. If you decide you want to get involved or invest, consider using my referral link. I'll drop it in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, show it to your grandma. Also, I have a community on Telegram that we talk about crypto. Great place to ask questions if you're new or if you're a veteran to share advice. Love to see you there. Until next time, bye.